Shalom, מה שלומכם? Let us talk today about the never-ending question, who are the Philistines? So Peleshet is the name of a territory. That's the name, and we see that we are looking at the Bible, of course. We start to look at the Bible first. So that's Peleshet. I'll show you another map in a second. So Peleshet is the area, the coastal area from Yaffo to Gaza, from Jaffa to Gaza. The people that live there are simply called Plishtim or Pelishtim. They sit along this area from Jaffa down to this area. When you try to look for where they're coming from, and you see the book of Amos and the book of Jeremiah, both of them are mentioning the place called Kaftor. So scholars are not sure about, or they don't agree about this location. Some scholar would say probably it refers to Crete, or some are saying that it's probably referring to the delta of Egypt. They are almost constantly with war with the Israelites, and they occupy the 5 cities of Gaza: Gaza, Ashkelon, Ashdod, Ekron, and Gat. Probably they are not a Semitic race, but after they settle in Canaan, they adopt the Semitic language that is spoken there. So we know about how Goliath is basically talking to Shaul and David. So most of the time they were in constant war, but there was one person that really loved Philistines, women especially. You know who am I talking about? I am referring Shimshon, Samson. He had 3 wives, all of them were Philistines. And let's read about his first wife. That's in 14:1 Judges. So, Vayered Shimshon Timnata Vayar Isha Betimnata Mibenot Pelishtim. And Samson went down to Timnah or Timnata and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. So the name really went a long way, and during the mandates, the Brits, when they took the mandate over the area of Israel amongst other regions, they gave the name Palestine in accordance with the European tradition. And this name was derived before that from the Roman Syrian Palestine, and later on from the Byzantine Empire. And that's how the name came about to be used. The Jewish leadership proposed another idea, that maybe whenever there is an official document with the name Palestine, we should add also at least an acronym that would refer the land of Israel, Eretz Israel, in each document by using an acronym Aleph and Yod. Aleph for Eretz and Yod for Israel. So what the situation was that any inhabitant that was in the country during the mandate period, regardless of his religion, whether they were Jewish or non-Jewish, they were called Philistines. For example, I'll show you a document, an authentic document that's a scan of a citizenship of my grandfather. My grandfather, that's his name here. I'll show it to you in a bigger font in a second. So we have it in English. See, 3 languages needed to be written down. English, of course, Hebrew, and Arabic. That is him. He came from Yemen to Israel. Basically, he carried a British passport, because Yemen, the place he was living in, is coming from Aden in Yemen, and he was British. So Yemen and British, of course, because he simply lived there, and he came to Israel at the year 1925, and he requested, of course, he was entitled to receive citizenship. Notice what they do here in this Hebrew section. They write here, Memshelet Palestina, government of Palestine, And here you can see the acronym Eretz Israel. I'll show it to you in a larger font. So I have enlarged only this section so you can see that's again Memshelet Palestina, the government of Palestine, and then an acronym of Eretz Israel, the land of Israel, and then the year 1925. It says here Teudat Hit-Azrehut, certificate of naturalization. So, and his name is Haim David. That was his name. Haim, as you know, like life, and David, which they wrote here Dawood, as he was probably pronouncing it like that. He was an Arabic speaker. He came from Yemen. And then his last name was Yadua Beshem Zubedi. That's his last name, Zubedi. So I hope you find it interesting, but any comment will be acceptable. But if you did like it, just, raise your thumb up. And I always like good compliments, but even if you have criticism, I'd love to hear them. And of course, suggestions, idea. אז אני, כמו תמיד, מחכה לכם. תודה. להתראות.